Hey everybody, Aaron here, helping out with your safety culture. Today's video is about management. It's about the people above you and maybe the people that work at the same level as you over all the team members. Um, Specifically, this is about what to do if you don't have their support as a safety professional. When management, upper management, and also, same tier as you management don't support safety, there's a couple of ways we have to address it. So if it's upper management that is above you and above your team, there's not much you can do with them, to be honest with you. You kind of have to build out the system and do your own thing. Hopefully, they've given you the authority and the freedom to kind of do what you want to do. And if that's true, then this will work out and this will be fine. 9 times out of 10. But if you don't have that from them, this is not going anywhere. And I think that's an opportunity to go in and have a conversation and basically explain to them that, look, if I am responsible for the result, whether that's 0 incidents or whatever it may be, then these are the things that I need in order to get that result. If you're telling me that I can't have those things, then now we're running on your system, and you are really the one who is responsible for the outcome or the result here. Now I realize that's something that could get people fired, but I think it's how you say it that makes all the difference. I'm not saying go and say it like I just did, but somehow they need to understand that if they're dictating what you're doing as a safety professional, they are actually the ones who are responsible for the outcome and the success of the overall safety of the team. But if they will give you the freedom and the support that you need to do this the right way, and which in my opinion is by building a safety culture, then you can say, okay, I'm responsible for getting the result, and you can take that off their plate. So that's concerning upper management, right? But what about the middle management that's below them, maybe at the same level as you as a safety professional? And I know sometimes we work kind of outside the box. We're kind of independent out here in our own little world, but that middle management there and that lower tier management is what I want to address now. So those individuals, whether they are on board or not, they themselves need to be tracked just like the employees. And I think that's why it's so important to go to upper management first and explain the plan. Because again, what you're going to find is this: if you're not tracking their safety performance, what's going to happen is you're going to have leaders who are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and the people below them, okay, are not going to do anything, because why would they if their boss doesn't have to? So somehow you have to get on the same page here with them. I'm not saying that they have to do all the stuff that the individual team members do, but on some level, they need to be tracked really on their downline's performance. So when they're not supporting you, okay, and you're tracking their people and you roll their individual team members up to that leader's level and you put that number next to his or her name, and you start having meetings with upper management showing that information, the first thing that's going to happen, well, one of two things: people are going to see it and go, oh crap, I've got some weaknesses here, I need to straighten this out, and they're going to go start working on it, and they're going to have the right attitude. But then you're going to have some who are going to be angry, they're not going to like it, and they're going to go out and talk to upper management, but you've already been there and gotten their approval, so there's not much they can do there. So ultimately what happens is, that system ends up, working this problem out. It's kind of like the individuals. I did another video on how to deal with the individuals, the individual team members who have not bought into safety yet. We're really just treating these managers like them. The only difference is, as managers, you're not just asking them why their individual performance is not good, but they're responsible for all the people under them, and so their team's numbers roll up, and you get to see right there in black and white, using math, okay, to tell who your best leaders are and who the weak ones are. Again, when you're tracking these numbers in the way like I'm talking about doing, it will paint a very clear picture very, very quickly. And typically they will get on board. And if they don't, well, it comes up on a meeting at a higher level, and people start to wonder if this person is the right person for this position. And quite literally, the writing is on the wall. Managers and getting their support, again, it's very uncomfortable. They're not going to like you, but when they start seeing the gaps in their numbers, they're either going to be stubborn and they're going to quit, or they're going to fix it. And if they don't know how to fix it and they have the right attitude, they can come to you and say, hey, safety guy, safety girl, what can I do? What can you do to help me? How can I fix my numbers? How can I get this straightened out? And I'll make some other videos on how all that, on how to get all that working. But anyway, yeah, getting management commitment is the first step in the entire process. Explaining the plan to them, upper management, and getting them on board. And then that middle management, where you have problems where they disagree with you, you just have to start tracking their performance too. And they may not like you, but they'll at least respect you, because honestly, when you're doing this as a safety professional, you're doing a good job. You're doing a really good job. Nobody does this stuff. I say nobody. Most people are not tracking human performance safety KPIs. They're tracking lagging indicators like injuries and illnesses and all that stuff. Or they're tracking some leading indicators, but it's very weak. It doesn't really tell you that much. So anyway, hopefully that helps. If you're looking to set up a safety culture or fix your company culture, starting with having a plan. You can download that from my YouTube channel. That's the first thing. And then you have to take that well-defined plan and go show it to upper management and get their support. So if you can't do that, you got problems. Put something in the comments down there if you have ideas or experience with this. I'd like to see what you have experienced in the past. All right. Well, hopefully the scenery helped with the low quality videos. Hopefully the wind noise was not too bad. I'll catch you guys on another week.